Hello again and welcome to the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation for continuing coverage of Week 5 in the Arena Lacrosse League with the Toronto Monarchs taking on the Paris Riverwolves. This, of course, is a 4-on-4 week in the all, so fasten your seatbelt. I'd like to welcome you to the broadcast. I'm Lance Wynn working with JVI Productions. Always glad to have you with us as we get set for the opening faceoff. Starting goalies for today's game for the Monarchs. It'll be Ryan Masters. Comes in with a 1-1 record and a 12.38 goals against average. For the Riverwolves, it'll be the veteran Nolan Clayton. He is 1-0 with a 9.93 goals against. He will get the start between the pipes for Paris. Head coaches for Toronto, Blaine McCauley returns for his fourth season as head coach and GM. His assistants are Spencer Janes, Sean Gillies, and G.J. Cleverly. And for Paris, Jamie Dubrick is the bench boss, also in his fourth season as head coach and GM. He's assisted by Chris Driscoll. Our two-man officiating crew, Dwayne Zeelenberg is the crew chief, and he's joined by Mark Sands. So set to go here as Week 5 in the Arena Lacrosse League continues. Yesterday's game, Whitby and Peterborough. Whitby 16-13 winners. The Oshawa-St. Catharines game postponed due to inclement weather. And off the opening draw, it's going to be the Riverwolves that gobble it up, and they will get first possession here, working on the offensive end. 4-on-4 here. They'll set things up. Matt Lee, the quarterback here this time around, out there with Dan Keene. The flip to Keene. Keene now will work things on the right side. Quick pass inside. That bounce shot from Kyle Dawson wide of the mark. No reset. 10 on the shot clock. Lee, one-on-one. Get ready for a lot of one-on-one action. Lee tries to go to the bounce. Stop by Masters. Picked up, though. Loose still in the slot. Monarchs now with their first possession of this ball game. That pass, though, goes errant and goes right into the stick of Hunter Angus. He will get it back to Matt Lee, and now they'll wait for the rest of the offensive troops. So swing it back over. Eddie Renault out there now, as is Cole Spear. That shot wide of the mark. Rebound picked up by Josh Medeiros. That pass deflected. 10 on the shot clock. Rolls into the corner. Loose again. Monarchs now pick it up this time. See if they can be a little more careful with it. Hold on to it for a second. Ben Heidecker does a good job. Now the offense will set things up for Blaine McCauley and company. Patrick Corbett with the double team, trying to fend off two defenders. It's picked up, though. And the flip. Some room here with under 10 on the shot clock. Big overhand there from Todd Kozak. Stopped, though, by Clayton. Loose in the corner. That's too much bumping and grinding going on as possession now will go to the Riverwolves. Rob King will flip it off to Brett Clofer. The big man will wait for help. He'll get where he should be on the left side. Quick pass over, working one-on-one, back to Keene. Keene, fake there, looking for the flip back. Curls back, gets it back out. Clofer, shovel pass. Quick one. Keene tried to play the carom. Almost had that, but it's Masters that picks it up. And the Monarchs will try to move it up over the timeline. And they're going to have to hurry, and they don't. So just a bit too slow on the mark was Aaron Walker, and possession now will go back to the Riverwolves. Spear. Spear with Tyler Halls on him. That's a good solid cross check. Matt Lee with some room here, gets a screen, looks for the flip. Flip was covered with Spears. Ball loose, and it's picked up and off to the races. And that bounce shot goes through the wickets. So a nice job there, and I'm going to have to track down who's wearing 27 for the Monarchs. Either way, 1-0 Toronto. Okay. Back to action. We'll certainly have to get caught up on that as right off the bat, Josh Medeiros. How about the answer? Comes immediately off the draw, and we're all tied 1-1. $12:22 to go here, opening quarter, and right off the draw, that was neatly done by Tyler Halls. as he gets possession for the Monarchs. Gabriel Euzo on him. Working over the big man, still working him over. Flip comes back. That overhand well wide of the mark from Tanner Buck. Ball loose, picked up. And Monarchs now will work with 15 on the shot clock. Buck looking for an opening, gets a screen, tries the quick underhand. That's wide of the mark behind the net. Buck picks it up. No reset, 5. Going to need a shot. Corbett's going to have to get it and knock it away. Shot clock violation. Possession is going to go to the Riverwolves as Corbett gets tangled up. Headed to the bench with Logan Holmes and Iotzo out there with Clofer. Dawson out there as well. Working on that half boards. Good quick move, bounce in and out. And a good roll to the crease area, but unable to do much by Connor Goodwin. Shot clock now under 10. Quick pass. Clofer overhand off the post and into the rafters. That will stay here. Fresh clock for the Riverwolves. 11:21 to go here, opening quarter. Clofer will swing it around. They'll start things out on the left side. Clofer will get it back here. Right shooter spot. Kick it over. Bounce shot from Dawson wide of the mark. Keene bails him out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Keene looking for some cover. Tried to go for the top corner. That went off the end of Masters' stick. And the Monarchs now will come away in transition. Mason Wright. He'll wait for some assistance. Has a defender all over him. He gets it back over. Good job by Todd Kozak. He'll pull it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Kozak looking for some help. Curls back around. Good defense on him. Dumps it off to the big man, John Vezina. Stopped, though, by Clayton. And Clayton now with the outlet to Jamie McMahon. And that pass on the money. Medeiros! Moolah in the bank. His second of the game. It's 2-1 Riverwolves. Back to it here off the draw as Graham Bergsma battling in there, gets his team possession, and in transition off to the races, flip over, wrong stick side, comes back, tried to go 5-hole as Ben Heidecker on the doorstep, but Nolan Clayton closed that off, and Jonah Beam will lug it over the timeline. He'll flip and retreat to the bench. Riverwolves offense going to work here as we inch closer to the 10-minute mark, opening quarter. 2-1 Paris. Matt Lee looking for an opening. Swings it over to Dawson. Dawson on the curl. That's Eddie Renault. Stick check late, and that will take us to our first officials timeout. $9:51 to go here, opening quarter. After our officials timeout, Big John Vesna's got Josh Medeiros hounding him as he'll get it over, and the Monarchs offense will set things up. High stick and a hard hit. Tanner Buck bounces off that. Gets it down low. They keep things on the left side. That sidearm underhand well wide of the mark from Todd Kozak. That possession will go the other way. Just for your reference, it was Mitch Zulian that pocketed the first Monarchs goal, and only Monarchs goal up to this point, as now the Riverwolves go back to work on offense. Kyle Dawson inching his way in, defense extending their way out. 4-on-4, Dan Keene now looking for an opening. No, there aren't coincidental minors, as a good hard shot from Eddie Renault. Rebound picked up, and the rebound from Clofer stopped point blank by Ryan Masters. And now it'll be Vesna that will bring things up. That's Halls will bring things, that is Tyler Halls will get it over the timeline now, and they'll set things up in the offensive end. Swinging around right side. Looking for an opening. Corbett gets a seam wide of the mark. Behind the net, almost had it, was Kozak, but it ends up in the stick of Nolan Clayton, and Big Rob King now will get it up and over the timeline. Cole Spears out there. That pass goes awry. Hunter Angus not able to track it down, and here comes Halls. Tyler Halls dumps it back off, up, down, and Clayton had that angle covered. As a golden opportunity there for Graham Bergsma. And it looks now like we'll have our first penalty of the game here, and it's going to be a too many men call. So what happens in a 4-on-4 scenario is we go to 5-on-4 with the power play. The teams, when the penalty's over, the team that has been penalized will remain 5-on-5 until the first stoppage, then they'll revert back to 4-on-4. 8:15 to go here, opening quarter. Monarchs with their first power play of this game. And almost trickled over the line, but Clayton was there, and he sends the outlet to Jonah Beam, but Big John Vesna with the interception here on NFL Sunday. And he'll set things up here with 1:35 to go in a man advantage. Buck will be the quarterback this time around, as out there with Kozak and Corbett. Swinging around, sidearm stop, good toe save by Clayton. Vesna reaches for it, not able to corral it. In there battling hard is Logan Holmes. And it's Vesna that comes away with it in a fresh clock. Vesna will set it back up. Buck will look for an opening, dumps it back off, shooter spot wide of the mark. Rebound, Holmes has it, and he'll look for that back door. Pass is short. Good hands, though, to corral that. And it's Kyle Dawson. He'll work some clock here. There are 50 seconds to go here in the man short. Out there with Keene and Matt Lee. Cole Spears is the fourth. Under 10 on the shot clock. Dawson, good quick shot off the post. Rebound in there. Dawson triple teamed. He's trying to work some time, doing some good yeoman work behind there. Comes up with the ball, has it taken back away, but valuable seconds tick off the man short situation with 6:40 to go here, opening quarter. Buck now will set things up, be a little more deliberate here, as his team trailing by a goal. Buck, Corbett, the top. That shot well wide of the mark from Kozak. Good job to save it from going over the line. Gonna have to hurry. Shot clock winding down. Buck shot down low. Good save made by Clayton. Heads up pass. Got to look now out of the bench. Wide open and finishing strong was Connor Goodwin. So Connor Goodwin in transition gets on the board. And it's 3-1 Paris. Rob King in that circle with Tyler Halls. Halls, slick move to get possession there, and he'll pull it out to the half boards and wait for the Monarchs offense. Patrick Corbett having himself a fine season so far out there. They get it over to that side, and it's Eric Kaprinsik out there. Dumps it off. Kozak gets it back. Quick stick wide of the mark. Too much bounce on it. And possession will go the other way to the Riverwolves. 5:43 to go here. First quarter, week 5, 4-on-4. As the penalty over, teams back to full 4-on-4 strike. Clofer tries to tee that up. Goes off the stick. Tries to track down his own rebound. Knocks it out. And it is the Monarchs that get it and move it up in a hurry. Working one-on-one. Zulian loses it. Good defense by the Riverwolves. And now it gets taken over the timeline. That was Curtis Hall doing his job, and it's Matt Lee now. Matt Lee will get a screen, gets a good one from Cole Spears, dumps it back out to the trailing Josh Medeiros, flips Spears underhand, steered aside by Masters. Rebound in the corner, Riverwolves in there battling. Had it momentarily, did Goodwin. Gets it back, swim move up, has two defenders, kicks it. Matt Lee tees that bounce up. Again, Masters right where he should be. Scoops that up off the carpet, looks for the outlet, thinks better of it. And they make a couple passes, got to move it up over the timeline, and they do. Tyler Kids in the halls, working one-on-one. Peels back out, he'll wait for some assistance. Buck has it knocked out of his stick and recovers. A lot of chopping going on, and Buck with a good attempt. That's stopped by Clayton, and with no trees in the building, that's going to cost 2 minutes in the sin bin. Set to go here after our second official's timeout. 4:17 to play, opening quarter. Tanner Buck's going to quarterback this power play here. As you see with the 4-on-4 format, the power play format's still the same. Vezina out there with Kozak, Corbett, and Buck. And Big John Vezina will get an opening. Clayton with a good save there, and Medeiros was already off to the races before he had the rubber in his stick, and a fresh clock here for the Monarchs. Corbett will inch his way in. Buck wide of the mark. Good job by Vezina to haul that in. They get over. Kozak will dump it back out. They'll see if they can work it around to the other side. Collapsing and gapping that box. Vezina again goes to the bounce off the post, and that's going to stay right here. Fresh clock with 1:20 to go in the man advantage. Corbett inching his way in. Buck good. Vezina have a man down low again. That's touched by Clayton. That goes off into the screen, and it'll be Jonah Beam that gets it over the timeline. Beam will work it to Dan Keene. Keene with some time to kill here. He'll work the half boards. Paris penalty kill comes in with a 54% efficiency rate. So not too bad, as Keene was looking for a cutter in Dawson. Dawson does a good job to elude, and then he'll dump it down into the corner with 40 seconds to go in the penalty. Krapinczyk will get it over the timeline and give way to Buck. Buck will move it on up. Toronto usually deadly on the power play at 81%. And the issue here seems to be the ability to hit the net. As Corbett now will sneak his way in. Again, Clayton right there like a wall. Shut that down. He's going to have to hurry and get it up over the timeline. And they do. So a good job there by Paris holding steady on the defensive end. And it's Connor Goodwin here that will try to work some clock. 15 seconds to go in the penalty. Eddie Renault, one-on-one with Bergsma on him. Bergsma trailing him. Gets some help. Tries the somewhat of a crease dive without the dive, and Bergsma with a good lead pass up ahead as he finds Zulian. And Zulian now will give way. Monarchs now, penalty over. Teams will be at 5-on-5 here until the first stoppage. John Vezina now will lean into a couple defenders. Look for some assistance. Gets it from Corbett. Corbett could skip past that pass from Kozak well over the mark. Vezina's going to do a good job to keep it on this side of the line, but shot clock violation will take it, and now play will continue the other way as the Riverwolves Rob King will get it off to Matt Lee. Still at 5-on-5. Hasn't been a stoppage yet. Lee swings it over, and then it comes back to the right. Cole Spear with a rocket well wide. No reset on the clock. That pass into Spears in the post, not there. Picked off by Halls. Halls got a head of steam going. Doesn't have any numbers with him, so he will think better of it, pull it out. Monarchs be a little more deliberate. Kozak and Halls. Halls one-on-one with Keene. Tries to switch the side. That one looks like someone was just a tad bit too aggressive with Patrick Corbett. And Jonah Beam with the illegal cross-check. That's going to cost him a couple minutes. And once again, for the second time in this game, the Monarchs will go to work with a man advantage. Buck out there with Vezina. And backhand try wide of the mark by Corbett. Corbett now tried to fish for that loose ball, and it's the Riverwolves that come away with it. Jamie McMahon directing traffic, hits the trailer. Moving on, good move, Goodwin up, down, stop though. Big save from Masters. And Goodwin again, a one-man wrecking crew. Good underhand, stopped again by Masters. So a good shift for Connor Goodwin. Monarchs finally get it into the offensive end. And they'll pull things out with Hal giving way now. Buck again will be at the top. Kozak out there on the left side with Vezina. Kozak running the middle, opening, inching his way in, looking to dump it down low, but Corbett was definitely covered on the play. And now it's Medeiros. Medeiros going to let that go as our first quarter comes to an end here. 3-1 lead for the Riverwolves. Back with quarter number 2. Ready to rock and roll here for the second quarter. As Rob King battling with Tyler Halls in that circle. Ball loose in the neutral zone. So again, a good effort there by Logan Holmes, but it's the Monarchs that get possession now. They've got 35 seconds to go in their power play in the illegal cross-check penalty, and they'll go around the horn. Vesna out there. Buck, the quarterback. Corbett on the right side, and he's out there with Mason Wright. Good give and go, point blank. Vesna stopped, though, by Nolan Clayton. And here come the Riverwolves. Medeiros. 5 seconds left in the penalty. He's going to kill this, and teams now are going to go to 5-on-5 until the first stoppage of play. Beams penalty over. Medeiros now with 10 on the shot clock. Buck, good cross check there, gets it back out. They'll swing it around. Looking for an opening. On the run was Cole Spears. That shot is blocked by a defender. Possession to the Monarchs. They're going to move it up in transition. On the run. Heidecker makes a move. Sidearm wide of the mark. That goes off of Clayton and into the mesh. Possession will stay right here with Patrick Corbett and the Monarchs. Corbett looking for a late three. Dives in. Patrick Corbett on the board as the Monarchs needed that one. They trail now 3-2. Impressive from Patrick Corbett. That is his 12th goal of this season. 28th point. And the Monarchs now will set it up on offense. Always nice to get some backup when you need it. Vesna looking for a cutter, gets it over to Bergsma. Bergsma, good no-look pass. That's cross court, and it will go right back on the right side. Bergsma's going to have to battle for it in there with Stephen Portelli, and it'll be Jonah Beam. Looks out the back door, gets it to Medeiros. Medeiros has an opening, overhand wide. Beam had it go right off the top of the head of his stick. And now it's Portelli that'll move it back up over the timeline and wait for some reinforcements. Good skip pass. Buck, one-on-one as almost a holding call there. Corbett, big underhand wide of the mark. That's going to go the distance, and it'll be a violation. Possession to Paris. 12:36 to go here, second quarter. 1-goal game. Riverwolves leading this one 3-2. 4-on-4 action here. Week 5 of the Arena Lacrosse League. Clofer will get it back over to the half boards. Keene looking for a screen. Dumps it to Clofer. Ducks in, out. Looking down low. Quick stick stop, though, as Ryan Masters couldn't have hugged that post any tighter. As possession now will go up the other way to Toronto. They'll swing it around, start things with Vesna on the left side. Rolls off one. That shot right off the logo, and it's picked up. Good forechecking there. Jamie McMahon battling in there. There's a bit of a size difference between Vesna and McMahon. And the Monarchs now will reset. Some help there as you saw Kobe Robinson helping out on Big John Vesna. And he's more than a handful. Good swim move, taking it strong. Mason Wright kicks it back out. Corbett bounce shot. Good pad save made by Clayton. And now it's going to be Iozzo. He's going to leg it up over the timeline. Good speed. Going to run into some trouble on the boards, though. Gets past one, splits another. Ball continues to be loose. Good job by Iozzo to get it and get it back to the top in Cole Spear. 10 on the shot clock. Spear will tee it up. That 5-hole closed by Masters. And he'll move it up. Here come the Monarchs. And we go. Buck. Out of that back door. One-on-one is Kozak. Peels in. And a changeup. Not sure if that went off a stick or was deflected. But either way, Monarchs tie this game up 3-3. Todd Kozak with his first of this game has tied it at 3. And just in case you don't live in the southern Ontario region, weather has been a factor yesterday and today. So some teams short. Monarchs come in with just 15 bodies, plenty called off to help remove a lot of the snow that showed up between yesterday and today. And the guys, though, doing what they can on the carpet here, working hard. Kozak on the half boards manages to pick that up, runs into a whole lot of sticks there as he slides his way out somehow, continues to go hard to the net. Finally, a flip with some relief. And it's Portelli's going to have to work hard. Need a shot. 5. Dumps it over. Going to have to tee it up. That one wide of the mark. Bergsma bail out. Good job, but a little late. And that's going to go all the way down deep into the defensive end of the Monarchs. Possession's going to be to the Riverwolves with 10:06 to go here in the second. Good no-look pass, and Big Clofer tried a crease dive in there, and Masters closed the door on that, got the outlet out. And here is Zulian. Zulian's flip into, I guess, Spencer James, the only one that had a chance to catch that one, as it'll be Paris ball. That'll take us to our officials' timeout. $9:53 remaining here, second quarter. Riverwolves now will set things up. Kyle Dawson out there with Keene and Matt Lee. Josh Medeiros also the fourth on the 4-on-4. Dan Keene wide of the mark. Good arch shot. Medeiros picks up the carom, up, down, and tried to tuck it over Masters. Masters able to shut down the angle and force that shot over the net. Graham Bergsma. That will dump it off, and he'll retreat to the bench. Job well done, and it's Patrick Corbett now that'll set things up. Corbett out there with Wright. Looking for a screen. Tanner Buck trying to deliver. Shot there, and they'll kick it back over one more time. Wright will try the inside out. Pad save made by Clayton. And here comes Jamie McMahon. He'll leg it up over the timeline. 2-on-2 scenario, so he's going to think better of it, wait for some help. He'll get it over to Clofer, and Clofer will set things up. Clofer out there with Eddie Renault. And a guy like Eddie Renault, I would expect to thrive in that situation. Good give and go, but it's gone and went as Connor Goodwin had it pop out of his pocket. A helmet laying on the carpet with nothing in it, which is good. And that's going to certainly be a penalty as Big John Vesna has Goodwin draped all over him, and Goodwin is going to spend 2 minutes in the box. Monarchs 0 for 2 on the power play up to this point. This, of course, their third chance with the man advantage, and Buck again will spearhead this charge as he'll play the top. That overhand wide of the mark as it is tipped and will go all the way down. Monarchs didn't realize it, as now it'll have to move it up with 10 on the shot clock. Vesna. Big overhand again. Beam did a good job. Vesna comes right back to him. Stopped by Clayton. Rebound picked up by Kozak. Monarchs now with a fresh clock. Minute 20 to go in the penalty. Inching his way in. Corbett kick it back out. Buck two-man game. Corbett tried to slide one around McMahon. Clayton was having none of it. Fresh clock again for the Monarchs. Buck. Corbett, Buck underhand again. Another good pad save by Clayton, making it look easy. Ring up another fresh 30. Vesna will inch his way in, get a good overhand. That again, good shoulder save by Clayton. And now picked up, and Jonah Beam with a sweet side step to get away from a defender. Runs into Corbett though, and Corbett does a good job to force a turnover, but a little bit too much stick action on that, and we'll see what the call is here. as our officials, Dwayne Zeelenberg and Mark Sands, will get together and confer. This, of course, the two-man system, different than the three-man. And they're going to get it right, and a draw ball's called. If there is any kind of conflict, and Mark Sands will go over just to let head coach Blaine McCauley know what they've discussed. So penalty still continues with 45 seconds to go. Monarchs come away with it, and it's Tanner Buck. Tanner Buck with Rob King hot on his tail, dumps it off. Right. We'll send it back to the top. They'll swing it around. Left side, good skip pass to the right. Corbett might have been screened a bit, wasn't able to catch it cleanly. Gets it back. Buck now again. That's stopped. And a good job to clear house. They get it to Nolan Clayton. Clayton will loft it up. Battling for it there is Connor Watson. Loses the battle to Corbett, who's been all over this carpet, and he'll move it up with 6:35 to go. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Right. Looking down low. Quick stick. Robbed by Clayton. Man, oh man. Arrest that guy. Corbett stopped from just on top of the dots, and the Riverwolves will move it up. Goodwin on the run. Out the back door. Dan Keene in the far corner. Danny Keene has given the Riverwolves a 4-3 lead. So I guess we'd classify that as, can't even classify it as a shorthanded goal. I think the penalty had expired. And now it's going to be Dawson looking for an opening. Kyle Dawson threading the needle for his first of the game. And the Riverwolves with their largest lead, 5-3. Some pinpoint accuracy as Jonah Beam and Graham Bergsma battle. It's Josh Medeiros again in transition. Medeiros tried to go to the far corner, went off the crossbar. Bergsma does a good job to loop around, and here come the Monarchs. Heidecker doesn't have help, no look, finds Vezina. Vezina will wait for the trailer. They'll set things up here. As right now will float in on the right side. Trying to peel around. Heidecker looking for a room. Gets a screen. That shot stopped easily by Clayton. Clayton now will look, and Iozzo with speed has got it in his pocket. Gabriel Iozzo tried to bounce shot. Good save by Masters. Ball loose, and it'll come the other way here with the Monarchs and James Vezina. High pass. Good job of recovering from Kozak. And we're at the 5-minute mark here of the first half. Buck looking to get a head of steam going. He'll dump it back out. It's Portelli, got a step, tried to take it in. Clayton gave him nothing to shoot at. And a good outlet, and it's lobbed right into the basket. Curtis Hall thought about it, peeled off, looking on the trail. Good stick check, though, as Connor Watson thought he was in all alone. Hard hit over there, interference the call, as Krapinczyk was just a little bit too overly aggressive, and that will take us to our officials' timeout. 4:33 to go here in the second quarter. Just wanted to mention the ladies that do such a good job of keeping these guys together for the Monarchs. Trainers Dana Flats, as that goes off the post, Eddie Renault, and for the Riverwolves, Allie Stewart. So thank you both for coming and making sure that our guys come in safe and leave all in one piece. That underhand screen, Renault had a good shot off, but Masters had it, and on the run, here goes Tyler Halls. He's got a head going out the back door. Good flip late. Good save made by Clayton. Rebound, Halls will track it down. Fresh clock for the Monarchs. He'll wait and roll it over, and they'll set things up. Corbett out there as his right. Dumps it off. Buckles swinging around deep on the left crease. No look, tried to quick stick, nothing there. Clayton will glove that neatly and move it up to Rob King. King will get it over the timeline and wait for some assistance. He'll dump it down low. They'll start things off on the left side. Goodwin has Corbett on him. Tried to dump it and find Matt Lee. Not able to connect. There's Dawson, though. And right now, Goodwin again looking for Clofer. Monarchs pick it up, and it's Corbett now with McMahon on him. Corbett's going to lean in, go to the other side. Bounce shot stopped, though, by Clayton. And here come the Riverwolves with just under 3 minutes to go. Watson will think better of it, and he'll get it back out to Medeiros. He'll set things up. Josh Medeiros looking for a screen. Gets some room, dumps it down low. Connor Watson, not sure if he was just not expecting it either way. Josh Medeiros, another interception. And he'll bring it back up over the timeline, set it up 2.5. Keene underhand, stopped by Masters. Masters now will try to fish it off the carpet and does just that. And he'll outlet to Tanner Buck. Monarchs trailing 5-3 here. Vezina, good give and go, wrong stick side. Good job to think better of it. Trying to curl around and do something is Kozak. Buck does a good job to knock that back to Vezina, and fresh clock for the Monarchs. Howell, one-on-one, will lean in, kicks it back out, and they'll swing it around left side. Tanner Buck. Buck dumps down low, and a good finish. So Kozak takes a nice feed from Buck, and it's 5-4. Kozak with his second goal of the game, and once again Hall's a demon in that circle as he took down and avoided a stick check from Jonah Beam. Good job by Halls to finally gives way to Vezina, and a job well done there. Vezina looking to kick it back out, gets it to Corbett. Corbett now get a screen from Portelli, swing it over. Buck's quick shot, stopped by Clayton. Ball loose behind the net. Iotso down there, but it's fished out. Corbett's underhand stopped by Clayton. Picked up and moved up by Hunter Angus, and he'll dump it to Keene half boards. Has a defender immediately on him. Keene bounces off one, gets out, gets some room, creates, swings it over. And Goodwin back to Keene. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Keene gets a screen, dumps it off. Backhand bullet. Kyle Dawson on the money. We're tied 5-5. And as sweet a goal as that backhand was, that made it 6-4 and not 5-5. Sorry, 6-5 is what we have on our score sheet. I've got a 6-4 count, so I'm going to go with my counter. So 6-4 the score here, and a quick shot with 40 seconds to go here. Clayton stopped that, and the Riverwolves now are going to be very deliberate here out the back door. Good job, Cole Spears working one-on-one. He's going to attack, gets double teamed, tries to work his way into the blocks, not able to do it. Monarchs now are going to have a chance with 27 seconds to go. And they're going to call a timeout, and they will have the last possession of this first half. Good to go here, 25.4 seconds. We expect the Monarchs to hold for the final shot. Buck out there quarterbacking, of course. Corbett joining him, as is Mason Wright. That is the right side. John Vezina and Kozak will man the left side. 10 on the game clock. Buck dumps it off. Corbett sizing it up, goes to the overhand. That goes off of Vezina, and he took that right on the side, as that will do it for the half. Monarchs and Riverwolves, 6-4. Paris will be back with the third. All locked and loaded as we get set for quarter number 3. Off the draw, Tyler Hall's been dominant in that circle, and once again, possession to the Monarchs. As a good job to fished that out with Sawyer Howell, but then he gave it away, and they're saying that it was tipped. Either way, possession's going to go to the Riverwolves. So a good job by Iotzo to put some pressure, and here's Matt Lee. Lee now need a little something from Matt Lee here with this 4-on-4 format. Certainly favors some speed, and Lee certainly has that with 10 on the shot clock. On the isolation, Matt Lee. Good hesitation, swim move. Bounces off 1-2. Tries to go in. Matt Lee answering the call. 7-4 Riverwolves. Just what head coach Jamie Dubrick and assistant Chris Driscoll were looking for. A little something out of Matt Lee, as they now have taken a 7-4 lead and have possession. Iotzo will swing it around left side. Working his way in was Medeiros. So right off the bat, the Riverwolves come flying out of the blocks with 2 unanswered, and they lead this one 8-4. Josh Medeiros with his 3rd of this game. And again, Halls and Beam. This time Beam knocks it out of Hall's stick. Battle ensues here in the neutral zone. Beam now again, Halls rekindle that friendship and possession to the Monarchs. And again, Monarchs in a giving mood, turn it over, and it's Medeiros. 3rd interception of this game for Josh Medeiros. And he'll give way to Cole Spear. Riverwolves have come flying out with 2 quick ones. Their biggest lead of this game is 4. That's where we're at right now. Monarchs now in transition will loft that one up. Hall's going to run under it. Has it knocked away by Goodwin. No substitute for speed. He moves it right back up. Cole Spears in alone. Ran out of real estate. Stopped by Masters. And here comes Tanner Buck and the Monarchs. Buck. It's a good job. First step in out. Looking to drop that over Nolan Clayton's shoulder. Not able to do it, and it's Jamie McMahon flying over the timeline. McMahon dumping it down low. Renault gets it back. McMahon shot stopped by Masters. And Toronto now will counter the other way. Riley Camano will give way to Big John Vesna. Vesna will bounce off 1-2 defenders and find a trailer. And it's Kozak. Kozak will swing it around to the right side. Corbett looking for the give and go. Gone and went. Vesna fighting. Under 10 on the shot clock. Vesna's going to lean in. Get that overhand off. Good save by Clayton. Ball loose now. Vesna battling for it with Rob King. There's a couple of heavyweights going at it. And it's Corbett. Corbett now with Portelli. Dumps off backhand pass well behind. And it's going to be Rob King in there that will shield. And it's picked up by the Riverwolves. Portelli's going to forecheck. They're going to move it on up, and they're going to have to hurry, and they do. Good job by Kobe Robinson. Robinson now flips a tough one right at the timeline, and a good job by Corbett. He's going to work the transition game, but good defense. Iotzo leans in. Corbett. Good job by Iotzo. Just got enough of the stick to force Corbett to shoot that one well over the net, and the Riverwolves now will counter. Goodwin with 2 defenders on him. He'll peel out. Look for Lee. Lee not able to get enough lift there to track down that high pass, and it'll be the Monarchs in the offensive end with 11:09 to go here, 3rd quarter. We are at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation. Lance Wynn alongside JVI Productions as Tyler Hall will give it back out. Buck, underhand stop. And it's scooped up by Connor Watson looking for some help. Only got a couple seconds, and yeah, high stepping it was Medeiros. He's got some steam working his way, dumps it off. Dan Keene. Keene, good footwork, tiptoeing on that crease. That's the call as Keene tries to get out of there. Sticks get tangled with Ryan Masters, and in the meantime, between time, Graham Bergsma works it over. Good hands by Vesna to keep that from a violation. Vesna's going to split 2 defenders. Has another one draped all over him. He's going to peel out. Someone's got to be open. It's Bergsma. He fakes one, goes in. Bergsma tries to feather it in the corner. Vesna with the rebound wide of the mark. McMahon does enough distraction to allow Hunter Angus to pick it up, and Angus now will wait for some offensive help as he kicks it over. And it's McMahon, inside out, tried to go far corner, wide of the mark, picked up by Dawson. Dawson out to Spear. Spear, point blank. What a save by Ryan Masters. Man, oh man, that's highway robbery. Not exactly the best lead pass, as not able to find it was Mitch Zulian, and here come the Riverwolves. Tried to go backhand was Dawson. That's picked up by Spear. Spear goes underneath, bounce shot, picked up Goodwin. Looking for an opening, peel around, splits two, comes in, stopped again by Masters. And he will send the outlet away. Some good goaltending by Ryan Masters. As away now comes Aaron Funky Walker. Walker will dump it off, remain out there on offense. Iotso cross-checked his way right out of his helmet. Has to retreat to the bench. Buck now with an opening. Slides around, uses the helmet as a screen, gets it back behind the net. Looking for the crease dive, coming around. And a good save made by Clayton as Kozak was sniffing for something there. And looks like that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. $8:54 to go here, third quarter action, as we are in the midst of week 5 of the Arena Lacrosse League. Dan Keen's going to work the half boards on the right side, dump it behind the net, looking to get it back. Goodwin is going to try to turn the corner. Had Eddie Renault. Eddie Renault, though, wrong stick side, was going to be tough to do much with it. Clofer now will look to kick it out with 10 on the shot clock. Keene going to need a shot. Down to 5. Keene goes with the one-hander, stopped by Masters. Did have to make a good save. And how about Tyler Halls avoiding one? Has Goodwin on him. He's got a trailer, coming hard. Good pass, and a better save, though, by Nolan Clayton. So Mason Wright came flying out of that on that right side and not able to find the back of the net as Clayton up to the task. Both goaltenders doing an outstanding job as you see Mason Wright looking for an opening. D2 tough. 10 on the shot clock. Buck sidesteps, bounce shot. Clayton right where he should be. And he moves it up with a bullet. Corbett, though, knocks it down, and holding the stick was Watson. Well played off, I must say, but didn't fool official Mark Sands, and now possession to the Monarchs. Kozak will peel out of that one. Dump it off. And coming from nowhere, Mason Wright going over top of the defender with a good old-fashioned overhand for his first of the game. And that's going to be a violation, and possession's going to go to Graham Bergsma, as he's got Jonah Beam. Jonah Beam knocks it out of his stick, and that's a violation. Possession will go to the Riverwolves deep in the Monarchs' end. 4-on-4 format is to open up the floor, similar to what the NHL has done with 3-on-3 in the overtime. Matt Lee dumps it off. That overhead, good pad save made by Masters. That's going to go all the way down, but good hustle. And sparing no expense is Zulian. And he does a good job there as he gets taken down. Cole Spears, a tough customer in there battling. And Spears comes away with it. Has 2 defenders, 3 defenders now. Flips it up. And now the Riverwolves. 2-on-1. Jamie McMahon, Matt Lee. Matt Lee couldn't corral. Gets it back. Bounces off a slash and a hold, and he'll set things back up. Kick it across, settling things down here. Good move and stop, though. So Goodwin's had some good attempts, but Ryan Masters has been good despite surrendering 8 goals here. Kozak in the middle, runs into 3 defenders. They close that door. 10 on the shot clock. Good move there by Wright. Right now will come around, looks, gets it off to Vezina. Big John Vezina taking it hard. He'll take it to the rim. Stopped. Rebound picked up, and one more time up down. 5-hole closed. Nolan Clayton right where he should be, and he will loft that one up, and it'll be Eddie Renaud that gets it over the timeline, and he will pause for just 1 second here with 5:35 to go in the third. Keene. Dan Keene. Swing it over. Renaud has a step. Goes it to the bounce. Stopped, though, by Masters. And now one-handed grab will send away Halls. Halls. 2-on-2. Goes to the inside out. Stop. Clayton. Iotso now counters the other way. And he'll get it over to Keene. Dan Keene. Keene. Spin off one, didn't go very far, looking for another. Tries to use a defender, goes off the goalie. Be a reset as Keene gets it back with a fresh clock. He'll dump it back out to Iotso. He'll swing it around. Goodwin, up, down, good stick check there. The D was tight. And ball still loose, picked up as Dawson has his stick taken out of his hands, and Bergman comes away with it. And he will be very deliberate here as he gets it to Corbett. Corbett, one-on-one. Corbett's going to attack, and a good defensive play there. Outstanding work by Logan Holmes. Too aggressive this time around as Corbett and Buck get possession, and it's Portelli late to the party, not able to get a clean shot off, and Paris now will bring it up with 4:10 to go here in the third. Angus peels out. McMahon. He'll wait, and he'll remain out there on offense. Give and go, trying to look in the middle, but it's Buck with the theft. He's going to take it up in transition. Tanner Buck, hesitation, rolls off a one, bends to another, waits for a trailer, and one more time, flying out of there was Wright. Took a late cross check, but now going, taking it strong is Robinson. Robinson dumps it off, but right there is Ryan Masters. And a fresh clock here for the Riverwolves with 3.5 to go. 8-5, Paris leading this one. Lee dumps it back and taken down for the count was Connor Watson. Probably should have been a penalty call there. Either way, Tyler Halls now will set things up. A lot of moaning and groaning over there on the Monarchs bench, and might have themselves a legitimate point. Either way, underhand, and Matt Lee read that like a book. He's going to run under that ball if he can corral it, and he's a little late, has a runner on him, not able to get a whole lot. And that, of course, is going to take us to our officials' timeout. 2:51 to go here. Blaine McCauley's Monarchs still in striking distance, trailing by 3 here as they will set things up on offense, and it's Patrick Corbett. Corbett look for an opening. He bounces away, and he'll look to send that across. Again, working one-on-one. Corbett tries to shred one, gets it out to Buck. Buck's rocket. Good save made by Nolan Clayton. And it'll be a reset, fresh clock here for Toronto. Corbett and Buck, two-man game. Buck, hesitation, peels out. That pass inside. Vezina took it. Either way, looking for it, not able to get a good shot off, but Corbett there to the rescue. Buck now with the overhand. Clayton, a good save. Again, loose in the dotted area. Ball's going to get knocked away, and a good job to slide that back. Monarchs again go to work on offense here. Corbett runs into two. Still getting checked by Jonah Beam. Still getting taken down by Beam. And possessions with McMahon and the Riverwolves. So probably a good no call there, as the two could have certainly canceled each other out. As now looking for an open, good one. Dawson in the corner. So Kyle Dawson with his third of the game extends the Paris lead now to 9-5. Just when you thought the Monarchs were going to be able to put together, at the very least, a goal or two, the Riverwolves answer. Iotso with a good decision to pull that one out. Almost had a step. And he'll get it back out to Big Clofer. Clofer now will look for an opening. He'll go back to that overhand again. Good job getting a stick in the shooting lane, and possession will stay right here with the Riverwolves. Eddie Renaud on the run. That's wide of the mark. That's going to go up Karam, and good job there by Clofer. He had a line and trying to get it up and in transition, but that's going to go right back to the Riverwolves, and they're going to bring it up and go on the attack. Keene bounce shot, 5-hole. Danny Keene. "54 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. A quarter dominated by the Riverwolves as they have outscored the Monarchs 4-1 here, and with 36 seconds to go, 15 on the shot clock, Paris looking to add. Good job. Medeiros didn't know he had it, and he did. I don't think Masters knew he had it either. And Josh Medeiros has been a man on a mission with his fourth of the game. You can certainly tell with the 4-on-4 format that when you have a short bench, fatigue certainly a factor, as Monarchs trailed 3-1 after one, and then 6-4 at the half. They haven't been able to find the mark, and I tell you that Nolan Clayton has not cooperated one bit. And now the Riverwolves will play for the final shot. 10 seconds on the game clock. Spear going to have to be a little bit more deliberate. 5, Keene going to have to get a shot. Spear going to size it up. Masters will close that up and try to go for the empty net. 3 quarters are in the books. 11-5 Riverwolves. Final 15 minutes here as we are just set to get underway. Like I alluded to before, a third quarter dominated by Paris, outscoring the Monarchs 5-1. Off the draw, Halls this time. Good job by Rob King to be a little more physical. Either way, Monarchs still come away. The buck hesitation, toe on the crease. That'll be possession to the Riverwolves, and that seems to be sum up the second half right now up to this point for the Monarchs. Plenty of shots, lots of possession, just haven't had a lot of goals. Medeiros, Lee gets a step, tries the overhand, that's wide of the mark. Tried to pick up the rebound, but the Monarchs will come away with it. Running into a roadblock was Camano. Does a good job to get it over, and just a little too much on that white line, and Riverwolves now will counter. Medeiros waits for Keene. Keene comes out of that back door. He'll hold up. Has Eddie Renaud with him on that side. Medeiros waiting for a screen, gets one, comes off there. Size up, underhand, stop. Lee will pick that one up off the carpet. Fresh clock for Paris. They'll change at the top, send Goodwin out there, and Eddie Renaud now looking for an opening, kicks it over to Keene. Keene gets a screen from Lee, looks for the flip. Cross pass is well high, gets back to Keene, 10 on the shot clock. Backhand feathered inside, not able to connect with Matt Lee. Does with Masters, and Masters now will move it up on a good outlet pass. Heidecker, good pass to Vesna. Buck comes up with the theft. Tanner Buck. Nice job of tiptoeing around that crease. And he finally helps the cause for the Monarchs. A much-needed goal for the T-Dot as they now trail by 5. And again, Rob King does a good job to keep it over the timeline. What a flip to Iotso. Creates a 2-on-1. He goes to the far side, stopped by Masters. So an outstanding job by Rob King. Come the way empty-handed. Either way, the Monarchs now will go to work on offense. Corbett and Buck. Corbett with a spin move on King. Tries to duck over, goes off the post. And we've got a delayed penalty coming here to the Riverwolves with a fresh clock for the Monarchs. Vezina at the top this time. Works it with Buck. They'll do the interchange. Skip pass. Down low. Another Rob save by Clayton. Man, oh man, he has been doing the job. Well, Nolan Clayton came in with an outstanding goals against. If you look here, doing the same thing. Monarchs now with their 4th power play of this game. They are 0 for 3 after coming in with an impressive average. That pass from Clayton gets picked off. Buck now is going to move it up. Bergsma is going to go in. Graham Bergsma dumps it off. Probably should have taken the shot. But I think he felt he was on his wrong stick side, didn't have the angle. Paris now will move it up as they'll look to kill some clock here with 1:25 to go in a penalty. Spear will work it on that right side. Spear trying to turn the corner, looking for some help. Plays off the wall with himself. Big save made by Masters. Creased the call. Possession now to Toronto with just over a minute to go in the power play. Monarchs need something here to chip away at this 5-goal lead. 11:20 to go here in this game. Buck, Corbett. Swinging around. Looking for Vezina down low. They dump it. Vezina's good hands. Stopped by Clayton. Vezina's going to shield Jonah Beam and give the Monarchs. And a crease dive is no good. And here's Jamie McMahon. Crease dive, certainly a good addition from a entertainment value. Awfully tough on the officials. And it certainly doesn't favor the goaltenders at all. Lee. Makes a move, splits 2, good speed. Crease the call, though. 1 step too many. 7 seconds left as the Monarchs now will go to work on offense here. 10.5 to go. Corbett gets a step, takes it strong. Tried the backhand, well wide of the mark. That will go into the gondola, and it will be possession the other way to the Riverwolves. Hall will give it off, and it's Renault. Lee. Keene, underhand, wide of the mark. Tracking that down, Matt Lee, just a little quick ahead of himself, manages to recover, gets it to Dawson. Dawson dumps it. Keene, Clofer, running out of time. Good pass play. That will take us to our officials' timeout. Monarchs in need of a spark here as Tanner Buck will be working with Pat Corbett. Teams 4 aside here as Big John Vezina now will work it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Has Jonah Beam on him. Hesitation. John Vezina. The finish. 11-7. The Monarchs have done a good job of spreading out that scoring. Kozak the only one in double digits, and possession to Tyler Halls as You had to figure that Blaine McCauley, happy to see John Vesna get on track. He's had a number of shots, and that was the first time he found the back of the net. And that's the case here. Monarchs again with under 10 on the shot clock. Vesna well outside. Medeiros on him. Goes by Medeiros, bounces off one. Good save made by Clayton. And Vesna has it knocked out of his stick to flip. Didn't touch. Possession's going to go to the Riverwolves. They're going to move it up with just under 9 minutes to go. Good work by Ozo. As Medeiros now, with Corbett on him, will give it up to Keene. Keene making a move. Tiptoes around the dotted circle, and he will peel out, get it back to Medeiros, swinging around to the left side. Goodwin comes with the overhand, well wide. Portelli does a good job. That one's knocked down. Good defense there by the Riverwolves. Goodwin now, that pass gets touched. Medeiros try wide of the mark. Goodwin going airborne, has it taken away, but now the length of the floor masters up to Corbett. Corbett, quick shot, steered aside. Rebound. Riverwolves have it now, and they will peel out of there, and it's Daniel Wheeler. Wheeler, back door to Medeiros. Medeiros, wrong stick side, as he will corral it and give way, as the Riverwolves now will be a little more deliberate on offense. Clofer going to lean in, quick shot, stopped. Masters will scoop and look up. Instead, he'll move it up to Bergsma, who will have to high step it in a hurry, and he just gets over. Delayed penalty coming here to the Riverwolves, as the Monarchs now trying to take advantage here with the net empty. Probably an ill-advised shot either way. It will be Toronto back on the power play. Matt Lee, the guilty party, set the scenario. 7:55 to go here. 4-goal game, Monarchs trailing. Trying to get back in this one. Corbett looking for Vesna on the crease. Had that knocked down. Buck at the top. Swings it around. Kick it to the left. Kozak had it momentarily. Recovered. And he'll get it over to Buck. Buck will go get it with 7 on the shot clock. Buck has that blocked. Good job by the Paris defenders, and Clayton out of that back door, almost on the money to Cole Spear. Spear will track it down, had it momentarily, lost it, fighting to get it back, and the Monarchs now will bring it the other way in Mason Wright. Wright will wait. Minute 10 to go in the penalty. Vesna will inch his way in. Buck, Corbett, Vesna have been a mainstay, as that backhand pass read like a Bible. And heading the other way is Angus. Angus tried to get that pass over to Watson. And either way, a neat pickup by Buck, and he'll move it on up. Wright doesn't have the numbers, so he'll peel back away. Good defense there by King. And now Tanner Buck will settle it down. 35 seconds to go in a man advantage. Vesna has an opening, goes to the sidearm. That goes off the rafters. Possession up in the other direction to Paris. McMahon has Keene, thinks better of it, as McMahon will continue to direct traffic as he'll work some clock with 20 seconds to go in the penalty. Watson will give it off to Dawson. Dawson been outstanding with 3 goals already here in this game. And best to keep 2 defenders on him as the clock winds down, and a good job again by Dawson to work some clock. That's a violation with 5:51 to go. Monarchs with possession, and they're going to have to move it up. Good forechecking, and going to have to hurry, and just making it over that timeline was Eric Krapinczyk. Vesna will swing it over, and it's Wright. Wright will look for an opening, gets a screen, a little late. Corbett on the roll, has it knocked down. Good defense there, and an outstanding bit of work from Jordan Medeiros. And Medeiros goes in, tried to pick the far corner, trying to keep it in the family there. It's tracked down, though. Good speed by Iotso. He'll think better of it. Time on the side of the Riverwolves. Keene with Bergsma chasing him. Keene gets a screen, goes behind the net, thinks about crease dive, no look. Clofer sidearm, stopped by Masters. Renault will pick that up, and he'll set things up. 4:45 to go here, fourth quarter. Riverwolves holding on to a 4-goal lead. Goodwin takes it hard, and Masters does a good job to keep that from going over the line, and here's Halls. Halls, wrong stick side, puts on the brakes, and he'll peel out with a good flip down to Vezina. John Vezina will wait and gets it over to Corbett. Corbett working one-on-one, gets a step, takes it hard and draws a penalty. So a good job by Corbett will cost Curtis Hall 2 minutes. And once again, the Monarchs with a chance on the power play. .412 left for the Monarchs to try to tap into this deficit here as they go to work on the power play for the sixth time, 0 for 5. And a team that works at over an 80% efficiency rate, wide open. Vezina sized it up, but Clayton up to the task. They just haven't been able to capitalize with a man advantage. Neither team has, but Paris has only had one power play opportunity in this game. So well disciplined by the Monarchs. Just unable to get things going with their special teams as, again, they are a bit roster depleted with the weather conditions over the course of the last 2 days here in Southern Ontario. Tanner Buck now will be a little more deliberate. Minute 10 left in the power play. And he'll swing it around. Corbett, kick it back, gets it back. He'll again work the interchange. Vezina now will work hard to pick that up. Got to hurry, 3 on the shot clock. Quick shot, wide of the mark. Possession's gonna go to Paris as they're gonna play it where it lies. It'll be Jamie McMahon. Medeiros, 2 quick passes, and it's right over the timeline, and it's Watson. Watson in some trouble over on the half boards. 2 defenders are going to try to get the rubber there, and good fight shown by Watson. And some valuable seconds tick away. Monarchs with 30 seconds to try and find their first power play marker of this game. Want to remind everyone, stick around second half of our doubleheader as we will conclude week 5 with the St. Catharines Shockwave defending champs taking on the Six Nations Snipers. Jamie McMahon, Dipsy Doodle to get out of the crease, going to have to hurry to get over the timeline. Does, as Watson doing some good work on that carpet, will yield way, and it's Medeiros. Medeiros, Keene. Keene put on the brakes on a dime. He'll pull it back out. In no rush as the penalty over. Keene will work, tries the inside out, wide of the mark, doesn't touch anything. Going to have to hurry. That big underhand steered aside. So a good save made by Masters, and now Masters is going to exit stage left. It's a long run for the goalies here as he will go, and with 1:40 to go, the extra tacker out. 5-on-4 here for the Monarchs. They'll go around the horn. Vezina takes a check, skip pass across. Corbett trying to feed one. Buck has it. Buck trying to thread the needle wide, gets the rebound. Buck goes for the crease dive, runs out of time. Possession will go to the Riverwolves. 1:20 to go. McMahon will put on the Jets. He'll get it over the timeline and on a dime. They'll set things up here. McMahon, we're going to run into some trouble. Gets a double team, does a good job. Falls down, still has it, loses it, and it's Corbett now. And that's going to be a hooking penalty. So Jamie McMahon, the veteran, doing a good job as he draws a penalty, and with a minute 3 left, that could be the sign, sealed, and deliver for the Riverwolves. So working 5-on-4, Paris can be very deliberate here as we're into under a minute to go here in this game. And Keene now, no need to rush, though. Let that clock wind its way down. That shot will get a reset, but hustling is Halls, and Halls now will go in alone. Tyler Hall stopped by Clayton. Touched it well in the crease, so Nolan Clayton one more time has been outstanding in this ball game. And Paris now with 30 seconds to go. And it's Goodwin. And Renault, and they'll keep it outside there with a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Spear. In out. Stopped by Masters. Ball loose, picked up on the carpet. Bergsma knocked down as Paris will get it, and you can bet they'll run this out. 5 on the clock. And the Paris Riverwolves as the clock winds out, and that will do it. Paris will win this one, 11-7 the final. An outstanding game, 4-on-4. As the Arena Lacrosse League rolls through week 5, that will take care of the first of our doubleheader. Game 2, stick around, Six Nations and the Shockwave. For JVI Productions, for all our volunteers, for Paul St. John, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Lance Wynn. Catch you on the flip side.